But in L'Orange, it's asking if why you were in L'Orange.
And your main purpose was to do
I got a job there because I was up north and I wanted to get out of that atmosphere.
It was way north.
Way north, up in the Arctic.
Were you flying passengers?
passenger supply.
I'll tell you a story. I picked up this trapper one time, and he has to be flown up to his camp in the fall. And all this will be in the winter. I guess the ice has just come on the lakes or something because we were on skis anyway. And so he loaded his stuff in the airplane. Oh, he took his dogs first. He had about 5 or 6 huskies. And he put them in the airplane first, and he throws all the junk on top of them. That keeps the dogs quiet. Because they'll fight, when they're huskies, they'll fight. So he piles all this stuff on tents, groceries, traps, the whole thing, and they're buried underneath this thing. And away we go. One of these dogs gets out while we're in the air, and he starts fighting with the underdog. So the old trapper, he undoes his belt and grabs a fire extinguisher that was laying right down here on the middle of the airplane. He unclips it, he turns it on like this, and he starts pounding on these dogs, just wailing them with this fire extinguisher.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's the way they treat them.
But if they could get loose, they'd kill you. You know, you'd be in trouble too if you're flying.
You're up in an airplane. Don't forget. They just going nuts. And so when he's turned around like this and he's wailing, he puts his foot up like this and he bends the throttle.
Oh.
And now I can't move the engine speed at all. It's locked. And I can't. So when you land, you got to pull the engine back to idle and let it come down. Well, I couldn't get it back. So I had to just keep switching the ignition off and on to slow this engine down. And every time you start it up, it would pump gas in it because the propeller was turning. They pumped gas and it would turn on. Bang! And away she'd go. And then we'd turn it off again and let her go down. So anyway, we got her down. And by the way,
did you live?
Pardon? No, I died. But anyway, on the way down, he managed to straighten the throttle over. I did out what was the push-pull thing, and straighten it out, so I was able to move it a little bit. So we landed. That was it. Another time we had another drunk Indian on board, and I didn't even want to. This was the time
Indian.
Between flights. Be careful. I mean, a Native American. Up there, they were all on the dole. There was no work, and they were just really bad. And all that money they drink in the hotel. So anyway, he gets in there, and he's got to go from Clavic over to the hood. So I went over and I picked him up, him and a couple others. We start flying back to him. I didn't want to pick him up first because he was really drunk. He was sloppy drunk. He could hardly walk, and I didn't want to get him in the airplane. But anyway, I took him because he paid the trip. So I took him over. And in the way over, he's starting to get kind of obnoxious and loud and bothersome. I told him, he says, "Don't be quiet." He says, "I'm going to phone the RCMP to meet the airplane." And he didn't quiet down, so I phoned the airplane. I called him on the radio, told him for the airplane to meet the flight. So he tied up at the dock there. This was in floats. So he tied up at the dock there. We opened the door and the passengers got out. And then the RCMP's guy's standing there. And he's waiting, and this guy doesn't come out. And we thought he's been out, and he slipped around us, and we didn't see him. So I look in the airplane, and he had crawled underneath the back seat. And he was lying on the floor behind the back seat. So they pulled him up, put him in jail. That's the end of that story.
What about the time you found? What about the time you found the bush pilot, the guy, or the guy in the that couldn't be found?
Story.
I'm looking for these pictures, and
This
I can't
guy
find them.
flies from someplace in the States. And it's and he comes up to L'Orange to gas up, and then he's going to fly out to the lake, which is about 150 miles north of L'Orange. And the weather was so bad that the local pilots weren't even flying. And he flies in because he had an instrument rating, and L'Orange has got a beacon, and that's all. So anyway, he found L'Orange and landed there. He was gassing up. We said, "You shouldn't go. The weather's too bad. You can't fly." And he said, "Look, I've come from way up in Kansas or wherever he was." And he says, "I'm not going to stop 150 miles short," because he was a fisherman who's going to a lodge. He said, "I'm not going to stop 150 miles." We tried to tell him, "No, you can't go." Anyway, way he bores off, and he never showed up at the lodge. So they had the Air Force come in, search and rescue, and they searched for him for about 3 days, maybe, or 4 days, quite a while. Not a trace of him anywhere. And so they gave up the search. And then about a week later, I'm flying not even up on that road, on a different road altogether. It's going a different place. And I looked down in the lake there, and there was an airplane in the lake. There wasn't a float plane, and it's sitting in the water, but it's clear. It's only about six feet deep because I could see the outline of the airplane. So I landed and I went down, and he's sitting on the shore there. It's just about, what would you call it, out of his mind?
Yeah.
Whatever you call that. You know, because he was shocked. He was shocked, that's what it was, and he was still in shock. And he had, and the airplane is only sitting in about 8 feet of water, because and it was sitting on the bottom, hardly damaged. He landed in this small lake.
Yeah.
And they all got out, and they all started swimming before they drowned. But they didn't realize, as soon as the airplane hit the water and started to go down, they opened the door and they bailed out. And they didn't realize it was only about 6 or 8 feet deep. So anyway, they start swimming to shore, and the other 3 don't make it. He does. So when I got in there, they had these 3 bodies laying in the water, and he'd put a plank, a log across their. They were laying face down, and he'd put a log across their shoulders to hold them underwater, so that the bugs and whatnot wouldn't get at them. And so that's the condition I found them in. So I radioed the base, and I told him, I says, I found this guy. And I told him which lake he was on. He was about a long ways off course. Anyway, they came in with their otter, and they landed on the thing, and they picked the guys up. No, as soon as they got there, and I was still there, they told me, he says, get out of here, and he says, we don't want to see you anymore. So I said, well, okay. You know, and they took him up, they picked him up, I guess.
And was the police, the RCMP? Was the RCMP?
No,
Armed forces.
Canadian Forces.
Oh, okay.
And they took him into, I don't know where they took him, anyway, they were gone. And then it comes out in the paper. And not that I wanted to fake it, but it says, after an extensive search, the Canadian Air Forces had finally located this airplane, picked this man up, took him to the thing, and that was it.
He just took all the credit for it.
Yeah, they didn't even mention another pilot at all, not even my name, but they didn't mention another airplane. They said they found him. After an extensive search of about 5 or 6 days, and they were there about 3 days, and they had to come back.
That's just cheap.
That's the way they operate.
How about that lady having the baby in
Oh, yeah. We need to get this pregnant woman. She had to come into the hospital and be launched. So I flew
there? Was
out
a
there.
native lady.
A native lady, yeah. And the front seat in that airplane would kind of fold up like a stone go seat, so that it's quite long. You can lay down. So she's laying down in this right-hand side, and she's covered up with a blanket, and we're flying. It was only about a 35-minute trip. And just into the trip, I just, and that's all. I thought she's having a cramp or something, you know. We get to the dock, unload her, take the blanket off. The baby was born. That's all. That was it. That's all I heard.
My God.
What? Yeah. It was only a 35-minute flight.
Oh,
I
how
did-
long
I
it took
couldn't-
her on?
Was the baby
One other
okay?
time pardon?
Was the baby alive?
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I didn't want any part of that. You know,
Yeah.
we were met with an ambulance.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Lady. He couldn't even make it through my birth.
He probably lifted up. He's like, "Holy moly! I'm out of here."
You guys look out for that. But I saw another guy. He took off from the lake, and he was fishing, and he was that smart. Well, he came up to Raj right out of flying school, I think. He knew everything. So we tried to tell him a few things, and he says, "Yeah, I know. Or don't worry about it. I'm okay." So anyway, we hear that he's crashed one day, and we go out, and we found the airplane. It had gone almost straight into the mud. It's a mire lake in the mud.
Right.
And Norseman has a flying wire, which is just a thin wire, not even as big as the thing, across the airplane like this to on floats, because it tends to do this. So it's there. And he had been ejected out of the seat, and he went out through the windshield, and that wire cut his head right off.
Oh.
Yeah. And so when they finally got him out of the RCMP, I guess it was, came in, whoever it was, came in, got him out of it, and he was laying on the bank, and they found his head, and they set his head beside him. And when I got there, that was the scene I saw. I want to go and see how he was, and there he was. His head was right separate from his body.
Keep in mind that before this happened, Dad used to say to me all the time, because we were all young marrieds, right?
Yeah.
Young marrieds,
And he
young
was too.
pilots.
Yeah.
And he was young marrieds, and we were all friends.
Yeah.
And Dad he'd come home, and, you know, and he'd say, if there was a new pilot, he'd say, oh, he's good. And then he'd say, that guy's going to kill himself. He's going to kill himself. And he did, without a doubt.
Yeah. Oh, the other time I'm refueling an airplane, just a 180, which is a small airplane, eh? And it's in the
180
wintertime.
Cessna?
Pardon?
180
Cessna,
Cessna?
yeah.
Daughter
I'm
of
sitting on
pilot.
the wing refueling it in the wintertime with the hose. And there's a static spark, you know, like in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Right, and it sparked between the nozzle and the tank. And it went, this big burst of fire. And I'm sitting up on the wing right beside it with the nozzle like this. The wings are, the tank is in the wings. I'm sitting like this. And this thing comes out. So I just bail off the wing because I figure it's going to explode, you know.
Yeah.
Because and so I bailed off the wing and shut off the fuel in the tank there. And it went out. That was it.
Yeah.
But the wing was bent a little bit because of that explosion, and it had the spar that holds the rigidity. And so the mechanic was there. He takes the 2x4 on the top, like the spar runs parallel to the front of the wing, okay, about this far back. So he takes a 2x4 and lays it on top of the wing, over the spar, and one on the bottom, and he takes a wire, and he punches a whole bunch of holes in the wing and winds it round and around the spar and around this 2x4. So he says, there you are. He says, that should hold you to go to Edmonton. I said, what do you mean? I says, he said, I want you to fly this to Edmonton. He says, it'll fly good. This was the owner then.
Yeah.
I said, well, okay. Like that's about a 10-hour flight.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah?
an 8-hour flight or something like that. So I said, okay.
Well, wings
So I got in it and took off, and I was kind of ginger and went to a little bit, and it flew pretty good. So I just kept on going. Then he called me on the radio, like, you can't fly that way. That's against their regs, eh?
Right.
He says, I don't want you to land at the airport in Winnipeg. He says, I want you to land in Morinville. They got a little grass strip there. And he said, we'll come pick you up there. So I did. I never heard anything more. There's plank on the wing. Anyway, okay.
Hey, don't land at the airport, they're going to get after you.
Oh, yeah. They wouldn't, well, they wouldn't arrest you, but they'd charge you and might lose your license, suspend your license, something like that. But he would have got fined, and it would have been a messy thing. But this way here, we landed in Morinville. They took it all apart and trucked it into Edmonton and fixed it. I don't think anybody knew any different.
Was it Winnipeg or Edmonton?
Pardon?
Winnipeg or Edmonton?
Winnipeg. No, I'm sorry, Edmonton. Did I say Winnipeg?
You said Edmonton,
Yeah,
then
you
you
were
just said
crossing.
Winnipeg, so we were.
Yeah,
You
no,
were going back and forth.
I meant,
They're both cold.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You have medicine
I'll
hat.
tell you the other time, another time this is. I was flying out, I had a Beaver this time, it's a bigger airplane. And I'm on contract to a geological crew, it's a geophysical crew, and they drill holes into the rock and then put dynamite down the hole, and they hook them together with a wire. And then they explode it off in a timed sequence, and it makes them a pattern to what's underground, eh? And so I was on contract to those guys, and I had just finished a long day's flying, and it was getting dark. And they wanted me to come out then in the dark and sleep at their camp and then start out first thing in the morning. So I said, okay. So I refueled the airplane. Go ahead. So I refueled the airplane, took off. This is on float, see? And it was a nice clear night. That was the thing. That's why I didn't mind too bad to do it, because I could see the ground and whatnot. And so, and it's on the Mackenzie River. That's in, up north. That goes into the Arctic Ocean. So it's up near the mouth of that. And I'm about 1,000 feet in the air, and the engine starts to sputter and cough, and then it quits.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So like you keep your glide up, it doesn't fall like a rock like people think it does, and it glides. Eh? So I thought, well, this is not bad. I can do this. And because I could see the Mackenzie River, because the moon was here, and the river was here, and I was here, and I could see the reflection of the river, nice and clear. So I thought, well, this is no stick. So I get down